Welcome to the final round D-Day at Manchester, where the standings going into the game are me and Jason 4.5 out of 5. Next most is 4. I think next most was 3.5 out of 5, or I think there's someone on 4 out of 5. Yeah, there's someone on 4. Yeah, Russell Goodfellow was on 4. And there's a few people on 3.5. So basically, this is the what happens. Me and Jason win. We both get first between us. If one of us doesn't win and the other wins, then the other person gets first. If we both draw, then we also both share first because Jason was playing the guy, only other guy was within half a point of us. So here we go. Oh, actually, yeah, because I was playing this guy. Yeah, so yeah, if we drew, then we'd both get 5, and our respective opponents would get 4.5. Yeah, so basically, if results go my way, a draw could be joint first, but a win and results go my way, and it's first start right. And it's for 120 quid is a lot of money when you're a student and unemployed. Anyway, he played E4. This guy, Kevin Carter, 158 ECF. It seems that he only does this tournament every year, and he did the open ones actually, but got hacked. But I think he might have won the major one year as well. So tough guy. E4 E6, D4 D5, Knight D2. Oh, I have a bad record against the Tarash. Ne5 E5, Knight C7, main line. This is right down the main line. And now what I expected was takes an F6, and this is one of the main lines, as what I was expecting, something along the lines of. The idea is to reroute the bad bishop via E8 to H5, a manoeuvre you also see in the Dutch defence. But now we played F4, and I was like, yeehaw! A mistake already. White doesn't know the opening well enough. Because after F takes E5, White has 2 evils now. The option which he didn't play is D takes E5, because now I played bishop C5, and White has problems castling. But he played the worst one, F takes E5, and I played Knight takes D4. Pilfering an important pawn, because if he takes, then Queen H4 regains the piece. And now he played Knight F4, another mistake. As far as it's going great, this. I should have castled. Queen B6, King H1 takes. This continuation. White has some compensation for the pawns, because there's a few weaknesses. But now White's centre completely collapses after Knight takes E5. White's centre bites to dust. And now actually it went Queen H5 check, and I thought I had blundered actually, because when I took the pawn on E5 really fast, and I didn't see that I had Knight F7 in this position, but luckily I have. After castles, White is just 2 pawns behind, but I was really tired by this point. These games took a lot out of me. Queen G5. Because of course that's a bad move, by the way, because mistakes start to occur, because when tired there be error. Not good. G6 is very strong. The knight protects the rook, so there's no sack on G6. The Queen D1, Bishop C5, King H1, castles, and White really could maybe has to try sacking on G6, but with a bit of care, White's a full bishop behind. I played Queen G5 trying to get the queens off, but it's just ignored. It's a D1, Bishop D6, now Queen A4 check. This check is actually very annoying because it forces my knight from its good square. After Knight F3, I should have played Queen E7, but I was tired and I was worried about tricks on the E file. Rook E1, Bishop D7. The tactical point is that Knight takes D5, fails to Knight E5, which seems to win for black. I played Queen all the way back to D8. Rook E1, and now the pressure on E6 made me feel compelled to give my good bishop up for a knight. After Queen B6 check, King H1, Queen B4. Queen takes B4, Knight takes B4. Hitting the bishop and protecting D5, so there's no time to take an E6. So Bishop B1, now take the knight because the queens are off, so the bishop pair also won't do as much against my king, and White's got the bishop pair for his 2 pawns, but it's not good enough. Got bishop takes f4, bishop takes f4, castles. Not even my materialistic engine judges that white has almost enough compensation for 2 pawns. Now I'm going to have queen c2. I played an absolute blunder in this position. I played knight b4. I just missed that the white queen can come to g6. I should have just played h6. Then I'm threatening knight b4, so he plays a3 to stop that. I play knight g5, takes. And white has enough compensation for a pawn, but not 2. But now I play this, and after bishop takes h7, king h8, queen g6. Now I am in trouble. My king side is being hacked, and this £120 is going down, deeper and down. So I play queen f6, the only move not to get hacked. Remember, I still have a pawn up of my troubles, bishop d2. And now I should have taken the chance to exchange the queens, but I didn't because I'm now a patzer. Played queen takes g6, bishop takes g6, knight c6, rook a cd1, bishop d7. White has the bishop pair and the weakness on e6 to aim at. Black has 2 connected passed pawns and an extra pawn. So, dynamically equal, I'd say. Probably what black's a bit preferred. Knight c6, queen h5, and now this is where it gets really bad. Knight h6, the only move not to lose on the spot. And now he missed bishop g5. And now the only move which doesn't lose instantly is to play actually grab the b2 pawn, which is of course a horrible move. Queen f7 just loses to bishop g6. So because the queen has to stay on the long diagonal. Okay, d1, b1, queen c3, bishop g6, king g8 and rook e3. And white has a very strong attack. Bishop g6, this is pretty strong still. Knight e7 just in time. But if he had maintained tension with bishop d3, black is practically lost and £120 bites the dust. Bishop g5 is a very strong threat. Bishop takes h6, queen takes g6. Now I'm fine again. Meanwhile, by the way, I have an update what's happening. Jason is crushing this 174, who's also playing slower than my internet connection to make it worse. So we have all these piece swaps now. And now black is fine, and white's even lost the bishop pair in the process. So now bishop d7, bishop c3, aiming for e5. White's still playing good chess now after that bad opening. Rook d8, rook e3, rook f5. I was really struggling for a move, but this is the start of a bad plan. Rook e1, rook h5. I have absolutely no idea what this weird rook maneuver does at the time, and I still have no idea how good. I still have no idea how, despite my good friend Houdini giving his best shot to decipher my random moves. Now king g8, g2, okay, king f7, trying to give e6 more support, but that pawn is a sitting duck and it's making my bishop handcuffed to it. And g4 started to refute my plan, but this wasn't played. The rook h6, knight g5, king g8. Knight takes e6 is a blunder because I have this fork at the end of it, winning a full rook actually. King g3, knight e7, rook f3, rook g6, h4, and black is very much under pressure. But now we played rook f1, a bit slower, I just made my king back, and after g4, this is not strong with the rook on f1 and the king on g8. H8, king g3, but white's getting some compensation for the pawn. f8, f1, knight f4. All this dodgy movement is giving my knight a good square, but my bishop is still biting on granite. Once when I was at 3c, someone actually said that the bishop was biting on grannies by mistake. But now after h4, now the knight is getting embarrassed. And after rook h6, well, this is my own poor game in the tournament, that's for sure. Last round fatigue, and I wasn't drinking any water, and was relying on an instant McDonald's trip between rounds 2 and 3, where there was 4 of us, and we was all different nationalities: Mexican, French, Bulgarian, and of course English. And now 95. Bishop b4 is strong, because this is another bishop's opposite colour position, and of course the most important factor is bishop activity and king safety, but of course this is an endgame, so we're not really counting king safety. So whoever's bishop's the best, which is clearly white's, will probably win the game, even though white's a pawn down. And white's bishop is now a complete monster, and black's bishop is singing lullabies to the e6 pawn. I have to say this continuation. b7, and that's actually winning for white. Another alternative is G5. Looks like it wins the rook, but Knight H5. If King G4, then Black has E5, checkmate. King F2, Rook F4. And now, I'm look at something. So I forgot to check something. Why can't White just take here? Oh yeah, it's just an exchange sack to relieve the pressure. It's Bishop D6 anyway. Oh, while Black's rooks are hanging. So yeah, I'd be in trouble after Bishop B4. Knight E5, Bishop C6, and now Bishop B4 isn't as quite as strong due to D4. Takes, Knight G2. Black has now got a good position again. Now G5, Rook H8, and King G4. Another bad move because, well, it looks like it leaves a fork hanging, but of course White has a fork of his own after my knight moves. But of course, as I'm under pressure, I want to swap pieces off. So of course, I simplify everything. Another alternative was D4, very complicated. After Bishop takes D4, I've got Rook F4 check. Takes, now this. A lot of tactics. White's king's in a bit of trouble actually. Now we just take here. Take here. And again, Black's a pawn up, and Black has all the winning chances, but Bishop opposite colour gives drawing chances, although if so White should try and get the rooks off and it probably will be drawn, but Black does have a couple of passed pawns, but even then White has a 2-to-1 majority on queen side. But interesting. Knight takes E3, Rook takes E3, Rook E8, takes, H5. White still has a lot of pressure. I've been under pressure, pushing down on you since the opening. I'm a pawn up, but White still has a dominant bishop, and he's probably drawish this now. King G8, G6. Now my king can't get out now. I also have to be careful White can't break through with H6 at any point if my king goes too far away. And now Bishop D4. Rook F3 should have been played. And this is an easy draw for White. Because once the rooks come off, White just puts all his pawns on the opposite colour to my bishop, and there's nothing I can do. My king's stuck on G8, and if he moves anywhere I actually lose. This is drawn this. Practically dead draw this. Now I play Bishop D4. C5 check, just win. Another double blunder. Triple blunder. And call that 120 quid, perhaps. Well, it depends on results. Well, King G3, he takes D4. The bishop that has been killing me ever since Bishop takes F4 has now been beheaded by the horrible backward pawn. How ironic is that? And now, it's game over. Plays on for a bit. And now he resigns because the rook's coming off. And after that lucky win for cheapo, which I even missed the first time round, I now watch Jason's game, sweating like a scouse watching Crime Watch. Jason's attack hadn't broke through and the queens had been exchanged, and his opponent looked better, but he was playing on the increment, whereas Jason had 3-4 minutes left, so he sensibly punted the draw offer due to these factors. And his opponent declined, and I was like, take the draw, it's all I need for first start right. So even if his opponent wins, he can only get 5 points, and I've got 5.5. But then after playing really poor for the 20 minutes he actually had, he starts playing like Grandmaster on the increment, outplaying him, and then when he gets into the increment himself, he just drops a piece and then he's king. That means I'm the outright champion of the Manchester Under 160, which is my first ever major title, and I hope it's the first of many. Well, not too many, because I want to be in Opens before long. But yeah, really good day out. Plenty of 120 much needed pounds, which means I can enter the Bolton Congress, which will be probably my next series, which was a long play as well. But I hope you enjoyed this series on Manchester. Stay subscribed for more, and please leave any comments and thoughts, and well done messages of course. Thanks very much.